Hello, students. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are well. Yeah, Shivani, what's your query? Rajiv Kumar. Rajiv Kumar, actually, yeah, he's a technical assistant. He's a technical staff. Yeah, he's a technical staff with us, right? And let me, yeah. And I hope you all are well. Yesterday, we talked about the idea of liberty, and I hope you are clear with the concept. Have you gone through the chapter? Yeah, and note, oh, ऐसे मत करो, क्या होगा पता है? You didn't find the book. Oh my goodness. यार इस पे है क्या नाम है एनसीईआरटी वेबसाइट पे जाओ whether you should read online or you should download it. Yeah, when you don't find something, just you talk. You have a group, right? You have WhatsApp group, right? Just whatever, Swati, mail, WhatsApp, whatever you can do, just send, help each other. Right? Okay. Anyway, if you have not gone through that chapter, Liberty, you go through it. Today is December 6th. And if you have any doubt, I'm here to, clear your. No, it's all right. Shivani, no need to be sorry, right? Okay. Sorry, big word, right? Keep it for the future. Okay, I don't want to listen it again and again. It's all right. Today we will talk about the another political concept that used in the preamble, that is equality. Right. There is chapter also on equality in that book, Political Theory. Avinav? Yeah, so you go also this chapter through it. I'll talk about it. What is the idea of equality? Because you see, these are the basic concepts that you should have some clarity. स्टूडेंट को क्या लगता है कि मैं उन्हें एडवांस पढ़ा रहा हूँ, कुछ एडवांस नहीं पढ़ा रहा हूँ. Whatever I have taught you about liberty, you should be clear about the concept. I have not given you some advanced dose. No, not at all. Let me tell you clearly. I have not given you advanced dose of liberty. I just made the concept clear. What is the term? When someone say liberty, what does it mean? Right? Now come to the equality. Now equality is a normative concept. Normative concept. Normative concept means, it is the idea that we should be equal. It means, it is a normal desire to be equal. Nahin, irrespective of fact that there are diverse kind of inequality, right? Equal, irrespective of facts that there are several kinds of inequality. Like, economic inequality, right? Or inequality based on, or inequality based on, for example, on caste, class, gender, religion, you know, uh, then ethnicity, right? Then, language, and so on. Now, if you look at the, society, there are, a range of inequality that exists, right? The range of inequality that exists is this board visible to you clearly? Yeah? Okay, good. Then fine. Right. So if you look at, Avinav ne kaha ki all humans are creation of God and all are equal regardless of their color, gender, race, and nation. That is the ideal condition. That is a norm, right? This is a norm. This is the idea, right? And we desire to be equal, right? Because we all are human. Why? Yeah, as you said that God has, created all human equal, right? God has created all human equal. This is a modern concept about God. Normative means, normative means ideal, right? It's not what is the opposite of normative? Descriptive. If you look at the description, right? Descriptive, description of equality, we all are unequal, right? We are all unequal by different means. But the norm is we should be equal. And God has created all human equal. It is a modern concept. Avinav, let me tell you the medieval age. When the concept was, God has given birth to the king, right? And king was not equal to his subject. King has all the power. Right? And that was not patriarchy to baad mein aaya hai. Patriarchy was not, it was, divine right theory, right? So equality is a normative concept. Now let me talk about how this concept, for example, how Plato talked about. Plato talked about. Plato talked about that there is no equality in the society. There is a hierarchy. And Plato talked about three division in the society. Right? So the person who have wisdom are the ruling class. Those, have like, warriors, courage are the warrior class, or, soldiers. Warrior class or soldiers, and those have appetite, right? Is a, artisan class. And he said wisdom class is a superior, right? Wisdom class is a superior. Plato was a disciple of Socrates, and Plato's disciple was Aristotle. तो एक दूसरे के गुरु और शिष्य थे. Plato was a student of Socrates and Aristotle was a student of Plato. So if you look at the Athenian society, where there was a division of class, ruling class, warrior class, and artisan class. Now if you talk about Aristotle, which also talks about that all are not equal. Right? All are not equal. Right? Yesterday, or not yesterday, a few days ago, we talked about, he said, not all persons should be distributed equally. Right? The person who have more worth, more wisdom, should get more. You remember when I was talking about distributive justice? He said, all are not equal. Right? So, all equal should be treated equally, and unequal should be treated equally. Let me tell you what was the society of Athens. Citizens were all man, right? All Athenian man, all man were citizen, and they were equal. Right? All man in Athenian society were citizen and they were equal. But who were not equal, who were not part of equality? For example, there was a slave. Have you heard of slave? Slave was not equal. Then women were not equal. For example, the foreigners were not equal. They were unequal, basically. So there was no equality in even the Athenian society. Only, man were citizen, they were equal. Now come to the Indian society. When ancient Indian society you talk about, was Indian society equal? Was the Indian society equal? No. What was the inequality? If you talk about Indian society in ancient time, right? Yesterday here I have talked about the Athenian society. Athenian society where there was no equality. Plato talks about three class, ruling class, warrior class, artisan class. Aristotle talks about all are not equal, right? Only citizens should be treated equal. Right? Now, if you talk about Indian society, was it equal? No. Then what was the kind of inequality here? It was a caste-based inequality, right? There was a Varna system. There was a Varna system. Here again, in the Varna system, you can say Brahmin, who was, equal to the wisdom, prudence. They had knowledge as per the scripture. Now again, there was a Kshatriya. They were the ruling class. Basically, they were the warriors. And there was a, Vaishya. Basically, they are the traders. And there was a Sudra, who were serving the all above three class. Lord Buddha, mind. It is not Lord Buddha's philosophy, right? It is a philosophy, it is a scriptures which says that the Lord Brahma has created this world. Lord Brahma had created this world, and so the mouth and the mind of the head of the Brahma is Brahmin, the hand is Kshatriya, the stomach is a Vaishya, and leg is a Sudra. There was another class called untouchable. Right? Or depressed class. Depressed classes. You know all this? It was based on inequality. This is called social inequality. Social inequality was already there in ancient India, and that continued in modern India. Right? This acts untouchables, right, along with the other marginal class termed as a Dalit in modern politics, Abhinav. Sir, how they know that these are untouchables? Look at this. Varna system was based on purity and pollution. Purity and pollution. Right? The untouchables were assigned to do some manual work, right? Like treating the dead animals, treating with dead animals, right? And they were actually considered as a polluted, not allowed, to touch any other person. And right, and even if you see, right, these were the social inequality in ancient India, and that continued, later on also. Still today, we have this kind of inequality in society. I'm making sense. Inequality in Indian society, inequality in the West, right? Right? Look at what do we want, right? What do we want? We want equality. Why we want equality when there is already inequality? Right? We believe that we all are human beings. We all human beings have equal worth. We all human beings have equal worth. Those who believe this, believes in equality. But those who doesn't believe it, they don't believe in equality. Let me even today. Apart from this Varna system, there was a patriarchy. There was a patriarchy, right? This means the gender. You can also call patriarchy. This means rule of father, rule of man over woman, over woman. This was also one kind of inequality, social inequality that existed and still exists. Inequality. Now, if these are the inequality, social inequality, then what equality we want? We believe that those who believes that we all human beings have equal worth and all are equally entitled, right? They can believe in equality. Irrespective of the fact that there are differences. There are differences between rich and poor, but both are human beings. Both are equal and should be treated equal. Making sense? Right? Now, if you got the Indian society, how Indian society is a most unequal society in India, most unequal society in the world, but it is not that other society, there is no equality. Inequality is a reality. That is description I am giving you. Normal, what is norms? What is desire? Normative desire that we should be equal. We believe that all human beings have equal moral worth or equal worth. Making little sense about it. Now come to the equality. Now, if you look at the equality, the word equality, right? There are two kinds of inequality we want. One is called, liberal concept. Liberal concept who wants equality of opportunity, who focus on equality of opportunity, right? Who focus on equality of opportunity. It means all have equal opportunity. Liberals believe that each person, right, should have equal opportunity. Fine. They also believe in rule of law. They believe also rule of law, that all are equal before the law. Right, there is a socialist perspective. There is a liberal idea, liberal concept, there is a socialist perspective. They believe in social equality. They believe in social equality, primarily economic equality. Right? But Indian constitution has no such belief, socialist perspective. We are liberal perspective, right? Or social liberal perspective. So we, for example, Article 14 talks about rule of law. Article 16 talks about equality of opportunity, right? Socio-economic and political equality. We don't talk about economic equality anywhere. We talked about social equality, we talked about political equality, but we don't talk about economic equality. Indian constitution is liberal in perspective. Article 16 talks about equality of opportunity in public employment. Sir, Gandhiji believed in socialism. No, he didn't believe in socialism. He has his own idea. Right? You cannot bind Gandhi in the framework of socialism. Right? But there are many similarities in Gandhi's idea and socialism. There were many, right? Now, the rule of law and equality of opportunity, right? इसी में जो positive liberals है ना, the social liberals, they are called social liberals, like Amartya Sen, I talked about positive liberty. There are many philosophers who talk about state intervention in order to empower the capacity of the marginal class. So they believe, So this is liberal equality, equality of opportunity and rule of law. And socialist perspective talks about social equality and economic equality. Right? All are equal. Now, if you look at the Indian constitution, we talked about social equality, but we don't talk about economic equality. Right? DPSP talks about minimizing inequality. Shivani, DPSP directive principle of state policy talks about minimizing inequality. जो गैर बराबरी है उसको कम करना है. We have to increase the inequality that exists in society, whether economic inequality, right? Basically, yeah, sure.
Sir, we also, but means Constitution also talked about cottage industry. So is it not economic equality? Means we want economic equality.
We are minimizing inequality. Economic equality means you are earning 100 rupees, I am also earning 100 rupees.
Okay.
Each household is earning 100 rupees roughly.
Okay, so we can say it is not equality, it is not talking about economic equality.
We are minimizing economic
inequalities. Yeah. Okay, sir.
Right? So that you must be clear. Am I making sense? That equality is a desired concept. Amul is the symbol of economic equality. See, economic equality, agar absolute term mein baat kare, if we talk in absolute term, economic equality means all household or each person should have equal economic income, or economic benefit, but it is not adopted in Indian Constitution. If you go to Cuba, an egg seller and a doctor have same salary. When there was a socialism in Cuba, the egg vendor and the doctor or a driver had same salary. That is called economic equality. We don't have opted that kind of philosophy. Making sense? Shwati, Shivani, and Avinav? Yeah. We have liberal equality. Right? Now, if you look at the preamble, now, if you got the idea, the equality is a normative concept. There's a basic desire in human being that we need equality. If you look at the John Locke, who talks about, the nature has made all man equal and free. As I taught you in the liberty, all have equal liberty. That is also equality. Anyway, now come to the preamble. Now, what preamble talks about? Preamble talks about equality of status. Equality of status and opportunity. And of opportunity that Indian Constitution talks about. Equality of status means all are citizens. All are citizens and all citizens are equal. Equal in their moral worth. That is the equality of status. And if you talk about opportunity, it means a state shall not discriminate any individual in public employment, right? So, equal opportunity. It means no discrimination. No discrimination. Equal opportunity refers to no discrimination. All individuals will get equal opportunity, not only in terms of public employment also, but accessing, for example, park. Nobody can discriminate you कि मैं नहीं जाने दूंगा. I will not allow you to enter into the park. Nobody can prohibit you to going to the park, right? Devoted to the public park. Right? Making little bit sense about the equality. Now, one more thing I would like to talk about. But sir, there is a temple where women can't enter. Yeah, that is the most unequal. Yeah, it is like Sabrimala issue. For example, Sabrimala. Take the example of Sabrimala. Sabrimala, a temple where women, were not allowed. Women from the age of 10 to 50 were not allowed, right? Because it was considered that, woman is not pure because woman menstruate between this age, right? So they are menstruation is kind of pollution, right? And they pollute the Ayappa, the god Ayappa, and therefore women were not allowed in temple. Now look at the Supreme Court. In Sabrimala case, Supreme Court held that it is a complete violation of the Constitution, right? And Supreme Court allowed to enter. However, there are social resistance in the Kerala. Swati, I hope you will be aware about the Sabrimala case. Yeah, okay. Now, if you look at the concept of equality, I told you that Indian society are most unequal. Is most unequal, right? Main, what are the factors of inequality? What are the factors of inequality? There are the class, right? Poor and rich. Then caste. Just I talked about, the Varna system. Then, gender. Man, woman. Right? Transgender. Transgender. Right? These are the inequality. These are the inequality, right? So class is economic equality. Yeah, LGBTQ. LGBTQIA plus. Right, ethnicity is also issue. Ethnicity. Now, what Indian state has done to address this inequality? How does Indian state respond to address inequalities? How Indian state, respond to address inequalities? Tell me. Yeah. Again, I give you example, protective measures. Protective measures. Right? So there are, constitutional safeguards, right? Then there are welfare measures, right? There are representation, right? In jobs, that is called reservation. In jobs, education, right? Then there are, law. There are commissions to ensure equality, right? These measures have been taken up by the state to ensure equality in Indian society. Right? Am I making sense about equality? Yeah? Shivani? Yeah? Okay. If you have done this, then I will move from equality to next word, that is fraternity. Now, Indian Constitution also talked about fraternity, assuring fraternity among all, right? The dignity of the individual. What do you mean by fraternity? Fraternity का मतलब क्या है? What is the meaning of fraternity?
A feeling of brotherhood.
Brotherhood is a very masculine concept. Where is a woman in that brotherhood?
Yes, this is patriarchy society, sir.
Yeah, that is the word. Can we not choose another word?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. The feeling of fellowness.
Yeah.
Feeling of fellowness. Right? So, and one word is used by the Ambedkar called mita. Have you heard of this meet? Friend. Right? Friend. Now, another word we use is as a comrade by the, some Western scholar, right? Friend. Just, when I meet you, or whenever you meet me, we should meet as a fellow Indian rather than I may look at you as a woman and you look at me as a man. That is also the factor, but we all are equal, right? There should be no subordination, right? Fraternity is a basic concept, right? It is a foundation for liberty and equality. It is a foundation, of liberty and equality. And for India's democracy. For India's democracy. If I talk to you that if, liberty is this, equality is this, then fraternity is this. This is called Trinity of Indian liberal democracy. This liberty, equality, and fraternity constitute Trinity. Trinity in the Indian Constitution. Right? To ensure a democratic India. Without fraternity, we cannot ensure equality and liberty. Without fraternity, we cannot ensure liberty and equality. Yeah, making sense. Yeah, go ahead. Ask any question if it.
Sir?
Yeah.
Indian Constitution talks about this that Indian society is patriarchal society, so it want to reduce this inequalities, right? And recently there is a lady president. So why it is using that Mr. Draupadi. So why they are using like this?
This is a very much, Mr. Draupadi तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए.
Yeah.
आप ऑफिस में भी आप जाएंगे ना, when you join your office, you'll be, asked as a madam sir.
Yeah, madam sir. Yeah.
Why madam sir?
Yeah.
Right? अगर किसी कोई लड़का ज्वाइन करे उसको बोलो कि मैडम सर भी बोल दो, मैडम भी बोल दो. Will he accept?
No.
When we say Mr. Draupadi, अब उनके जो फॉर्मर प्रेसिडेंट थे, द फॉर्मर प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, कैन यू टॉक अबाउट मिसेस कोविंद, रामनाथ कोविंद?
Yeah, right, sir. So this is argument why Supreme Court is not taking any action on this. Why means they are reducing inequalities of society, and they are not means they are making difference in that main head of India.
I can understand. Your uneasiness. Now, if you look at what there's a scholar, she talks about that the entire language is full of patriarchy. Look at the bad act, the Constitution of India itself. Always you can find he. Where is she? Where is she?
Yes, sir. One side it talks about women equalities, and the Constitution itself talks about means based on patriarchy system.
Yeah, no, our language is full of patriarchy. Language, law, right? Language, law, literature, art, culture, habit, practice, all are full of patriarchy. Tell me,
so why didn't anyone?
Tell me the sphere which is not penetrated by the patriarchy. Tell me one sphere. Mr. can be symbol of respect for a woman. I will know. If Mrs. cannot be the symbol of respect for a woman, how Mr. can be symbol of respect for a woman? Yeah, Swati, what do you think?
If they are talking about political equalities, and when any woman join any political party, so they itself feel that she is woman and she can't give any advice like this.
Now Avinav is saying Mr. symbol is office. Mr. is a symbol of office. How office can be gendered biased? Office should be gender neutral, Avinav. Right, so Mr. cannot be the symbol of the office. I told you that there is one scholar, her name is V.S. Pike Peterson. She talks about our all activity, since morning till evening. Not only that, the all art, literature, law are full of patriarchy, language, all are full of patriarchy. And we need to redefine everything to make it gender neutral. Anyway, I agree.
Sir, if it is a respect of working woman, so we can use this. A woman is working in outside his house. So we are giving respect by saying Mr. So there is some family.
See. मिस्टर कह के रिस्पेक्ट कैसे होगा? अगर एक मैन को मिसेस बोलेंगे तो वो रिस्पेक्ट महसूस करेगा क्या?
No, sir, this is I am telling this. If in a modern society there is some father, they are not working at all, and mother, she is working. So we should means note down their name, that Miss Father and Mr. Mother, just like this, because she is working, she is getting money.
So it won't be accepted. So gender, the language should be redefined.
Like sir, Sarpanch Pati.
Yeah, exactly. So language should be redefined. Anyway, you got the idea in fraternity? Yeah, Swati, fraternity means friendliness, right? Fellowness, meet, mitta, right? And it is a foundation of liberty and equality and for democracy of India. It is, all three, liberty, equality, and fraternity is called Trinity in Indian Constitution, right? And it has been taken up, borrowed from the French Revolution. No? Liberty, equality, and fraternity. Borrowed from the French Constitution or from French Revolution. Got the idea? Because our lawmaker, our parliament is full of men. That is happening, Shivani. Yeah. Yeah. I can understand. Yeah. Anyway, so got the idea of fraternity. अब क्या बचा fraternization dignity? Yeah, unity and integrity. Unity means oneness. Unity means oneness. What is integrity? Integrity means, integrating society means, adding society. Integrity means adding. Harmony, you can say. Right? We have to promote harmony. We have to add the society. We have to make linkages. We should not differentiate. Right? So integrity means adding, harmony, making linkages. Right? And should not create disharmony. Otherwise, it will not be integral. There will be disintegration, not integration. So that is integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th November. Yeah. What is importance of November 26th? November 26, 1949. What is the importance of this day? Now we call Constitutional Day, the Constitution Day. What does it mean? It means on this date, we committed ourselves that we take some resolution that we will make India like sovereign, socialist, democratic, and republic, and constitute India, and secure all its citizens, justice, social, economic, and political, right? Liberty of thought, expression, belief, and faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity and of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. On this date, we have taken this resolution. Yeah. So it's a very important. This day is very important in India's constitutional history. Yeah, making sense about the preamble. Yeah. Okay. Now, should I give you one question? right? To write. Swati, I received many questions. Yeah, I'll check it and we'll get back to you by Saturday. Right, question, right? What is significance of Preamble in India's constitution? This is the question, simple question. What is significance of Preamble in India's constitution? Right? Tomorrow I'll talk about any doubt if you have. How many words? 150 words, not more than that. 150 words, not more than that. Any query if you have, Swati? Tomorrow I'll talk about the Supreme Court verdict about this preamble, and then we'll move to the fundamental right. Oh, I have talked about, when we are going to talk about historical background of the India's constitution. मैंने बोला था कब बात करूंगा, I forgot. 17th, 12th, no?
You will discuss on 12 and you will take test on 17.
Fine. Next Monday I'll talk about. Fine.
Yeah.
The Monday I'll talk about. Okay. Any query if you have regarding any doubt related to the word we have used in the preamble or any word we have discussed. Any doubt if you have. So tomorrow I will talk about the Supreme Court judgment on. All clear from your side? Okay. What about Swati? Clear? Okay, good. Shivani, all clear? Okay. So I'll stop here. Tomorrow I will talk about the Supreme Court judgment about preamble, right? And then I will enter into the fundamental right. Fine. So I'm stopping here today.